Hello everyone! Today I have prepared a presentation for you which covers the colonial period of American literature as well as life of Captain John Smith and his famous work, A Description of New England. Okay, now I will try to organize my train of thoughts and remember all that I was studying this year. I hope I won't get off the track, so let's get started. Colonial period of American literature spans the time between the founding of the first settlement at Jamestown to the outbreak of the Revolution. Actually, there was not a lot of literature, but texts usually centered on religious, practical, or historical themes. If you think about this particular time, people were very busy just arriving, and the kinds of writing they did tended to be very practical, the kinds of things they needed to record. So everything was very simple and detailed, just exactly what you needed to do to get the point across. The beginnings of American literature consisted mainly of letters, histories, diaries, narratives, and religious works. However, to understand these writings, we must look behind them to the colonial period itself. Historical context during the colonial period of time includes a wilderness of America in 1607, to which Englishmen were coming for settlement, exploration, and religious freedom. Others moved to America to colonize it and endured hardships with the land and the Native Americans. However, these worldwide history events led to the England-American turning points, such as the establishment of colonies. The first colony was founded at Jamestown, Virginia in 1607, and during the first winter, the starving time began and caused the death of about 75% of Jamestown's population from hunger and diseases. Then Powhatan War. It was a struggle between the Powhatan Indians and English settlers, which resulted in the destruction of the Indian power. And the Salem witch trials, during which a huge number of people were persecuted and accused of witchcraft in Massachusetts. The writings of this time reflected the hard pioneer life in which time was not to be wasted, the deep religious faith of these Americans and their relationships with God, and of course Puritan beliefs, their communities, original scenes, and hard work. As religion was a deep part of the lives of the colonists and a rich part of colonial writings, the attention was centered on the church, reinforcing the authority of Bible and making the instructive effect on the society. So it's probably not a surprise that the most influential writers of this period include people like the pastors, the mayors, and of course the leaders of the colonies and some of the politicians such as Benjamin Franklin. But I think you may also be surprised to know that there were some women who were writing poetry and letters as well. And probably the most famous of these was Anne Bradstreet. But today I'm going to tell you a little bit about Captain John Smith and his most famous work, A Description of New England. John Smith was a captain of 3 shiploads of settlers who landed in Virginia and founded Jamestown. These settlers didn't plant crops and were ill prepared for survival. Smith, however, was better prepared as he was the son of poor farmers and had run away to become a soldier, where he learned the courage and determination needed to survive. He emerged as the leader of the new settlement, who could save the colony from ruin. and in 1608 he was named as the president of the colony and played an essential role in the colony's survival. A description of New England begins with Smith describing his exploration of New England. He exaggerates the beauty and appeal of New England in order to convince potential settlers to move to the New World by portraying early American life as a place for great opportunities to start over, to live easily, and to turn small fortunes into a great wealth. Despite the New World was a dangerous place with harsh weather, many Indian tribes, and wild animals, the amount of resources that was available was worth the trip. Although the voyage was a financial failure for the newcomers, Smith describes many beauties that he found on his voyage, such as fish, beaver skins, excellent harbors, hundreds of islands filled with abundant timber, and there is fauna and fertile soil. To tell the truth, it is impossible not to change oneself after reading it, because the book raises the questions of exploration, personal choice, Puritan beliefs, and even religion. Smith shows that it was a place where settlers were free to start their lives over and to turn their lives completely to God and His will for them. In my humble opinion, one of the main purposes of the book is to avoid the problems which Smith made during his travels. That's why he printed so many maps of the surrounding areas for the immigrants to use them. To conclude, I would definitely recommend this book to everyone who wants to find out how one of the most powerful countries in the world was developing. So thank you so much for your attention. I hope you liked the video and the information was interesting for you.